Founded in the 17th century, Tirana is the capital and largest city of Albania. With a population of about 500,000 people, this city is surrounded by mountains and hills. With a close proximity to the Adriatic Sea, Tirana is home to the only international airport in the country. So chances are, you'll be starting your Albanian adventure here, so why not spend some time?
In this video, we're gonna go over the top 10 things to do in Tirana, Albania. And here we are starting off in Skanderberg Square, which is directly in the center of the city. It's a great place to just walk around, hang out, and you have the famous Skanderberg statue. And Skanderberg is a hero of the Balkans. He defeated the Ottoman Empire way back then. The square is a pretty important area in Tirana. A lot of people come here every day. They like to just sit around, people watch, or just go on walks with their friends to hang out. And there's lots of things to see, such as the mosque, the opera house, the National Museum, which we're gonna talk about later. And there's stuff to do like the merry-go-round behind me. And we even have performances here sometimes. Even have festivals here at times, and right now they're even signing up for a run in Tirana. Next on the list is the National Museum.
This is the largest and most important museum in Albania. This museum is a walk through time. You will find old statues, old artifacts such as pottery, clothing, weapons, and more.
There are many different museums to check out in Tirana, but the museums I recommend are checking out one of the Bunk Art Museums. There are two of them, and it's a museum that is literally inside of an old bunker.
Bunk Art is a unique contemporary art war museum. It shows the history of the dark communist era in Albania. Beware, there is some gritty stuff in here. But as a tourist, I think you need to come here, take a look to see what Albania has been through and what it is now.
Next up, what we have here is the Tirana Castle, and there really isn't much left of it but the walls. And this castle dates back to the 1300s, and right now it's just preserved as a historic site in the city. And on the inside you can really just see there's shops, restaurants, and cafes, and it's just a great place to just walk around, have a good time, enjoy some coffee, and hang out with your friends. And perfect timing because we're pretty hungry, so we're gonna stop for a nice crepe from the shop over here. How's your crepe?
My food.
And 100% do not visit Albania without trying some of its coffee, especially macchiato. The next one I'm gonna recommend is the Tirana Grand Park. It's a really big park and it's super green. And it's actually a really good way to just wind down and escape the craziness of the city. It's quiet here and just super peaceful, so I definitely recommend checking this place out. And if you guys made it this far to the video, be sure to subscribe, and I'm gonna show you a little bit of the park. That is the Grand Park. So if you haven't noticed, Tirana is surrounded by mountains. And that is where we're gonna go next, to the Daiti Express. The Daiti Express is a long cable car that takes you all the way up to the Daiti Mountains, standing at 1,600 meters above sea level. The views in the cable car are absolutely beautiful, and it's just a relaxing, pretty long ride. Once at the top, you have bars, restaurants, and other activities, and especially an adventure park with zip lines and obstacle courses, which is super fun. It's a great way to get your heart pounding. Next, also in the Daiti National Park, is Bovila Lake. It's a super beautiful blue reservoir surrounded by huge mountains. And this reservoir provides most of the drinking water for Tirana. It has a number of hiking trails, but it is also good for just a picnic if hiking isn't your thing. I wouldn't leave this one off your list at all. Just north of Bovila is the first capital of Albania, Kruja, which is where Skanderberg fought off the Ottoman Empire. Dating back to the 6th century, this place is pretty historic, featuring things such as an old bazaar where you buy tons of stuff. And one of the most important and tallest castles in Albania, Tirana Castle. Exploring the castle is just super interesting and fun. The views from the top are just outstanding. You're easily able to reach Kruja from a city bus from Tirana, so it's definitely worth a day trip. We're coming close to the end, but one thing you should really do in Tirana, it's gonna sound crazy, but to just walk around, enjoy the architecture, enjoy the statues, the parks, and honestly I think walking around is one of the best ways to see a city. This way you can find like all the hidden gems, all the cool things you really won't find on the internet or on YouTube, anything. So I really suggest just wandering around and coming across cool things. Something interesting you will notice about walking around Tirana is that you have architecture here from many different periods.
Right now we're inside one of the modern art installments in Tirana. It's called The Cloud. So from the inside, it doesn't look like too much, just like bars and platforms, but from the top, it looks like a whole cloud.
You're gonna notice that all around the city and really all over Albania that there are bunkers just in random places back from the war. So you're able to check those out, which is really fun, and you could go inside. Yeah, this is a bunker. Last but not least, what you want to do here is, well, eat. Unless you like starving. But I'd say Tirana is a pretty good food city where you have all sorts of food to eat, from cool truffle restaurants, burgers, and of course, traditional food. And lots and lots of pizza to find here. But don't forget to eat, guys. It's healthy. And that is Tirana, guys. As usual, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, smash that like button. It really helps the channel grow. And I really do think you should visit Tirana and spend at least 2 days there to really get a feel for the city and just go sightseeing. If you notice one thing while exploring Tirana is that there's a lot of construction going on. They're just building and building. Like the famous Tirana pyramid right now is under construction. So if you give it a few years, I believe Tirana is going to be a really great city. That is all I have to say about Tirana. I'm sure if you visit, you're going to love it. Don't forget to subscribe, and until next time, guys, stay off the beaten path.